During the Battle of Columbus in 1865, Confederate Captain Dr. John Pemberton suffered a saber wound to the chest while atop his horse. Turning to morphine to deal with the pain, he self-medicated for nearly 3 decades until a peer suggested he try a new elixir,
cocaine.
Brewing his soon-to-be world-famous tonic in the backyard, Pemberton discovered the perfect formula: coca leaves, cola nut, and wine. In May 1886, Coke debuted in Atlanta, Georgia at a pharmacy. Advertised as a cure for headaches, the first glass of bubbly nose candy sold for a nickel. Which, by all accounts, is a steal, considering the nearly 9 milligrams of Colombian Bam Bam each glass was pack muling. As one may think, manufacturing a drink like this wasn't cheap. Costing nearly $70 just to produce $50 worth of stardust-laced blow pop. Just as things started to look up, Coke took another hit when Fulton County passed the Prohibition Act of 1886, forcing Pemberton to replace the alcohol with a sugary syrup. However, constant pain and an ongoing morphine addiction took its toll on him. He eventually sold the company off less than 2 years later, before succumbing to stomach cancer on August 16, 1888. Not only was losing its founding member a significant setback, the Coca-Cola company suffered 2 regulatory defeats in the beginning of the 20th century at the hands of the U.S. government. In 1903, they were forced to remove most of the Cadillac Whitey Whiz Bang from the recipe. And in 1911, they were sued again, requiring them to reduce the caffeine content. Strung out, the company was forced to entertain an inconvenient question: what do you do with a neutered Wonder Nectar? Enter the Root Glass Company of Indiana. Relying on a fair measure of accidental genius and blind luck, according to the original patent, the shape of the iconic bottle was mistakenly inspired by the chocolate cacao pod, not the booger sugar, coca leaf or tweak caterpillar, cola nut. The second fortuitous bump lay buried in the heavy copper-laden sands of Putnam County, Indiana, which provided the distinguished green hue of the glass. Root eventually secured the contract in 1916, producing 144 bottles for 5 cents a lot. But not before producing a prototype bottle, which sold at auction in 2019 for $108,000. The rest, as they say, is product placement history.